starts. America's pastime on Memorial Day. It is a great tradition for the Rangers. Rocker's first pitch, that came in. Lead man on for Itzhak Paredes, and he'll take one high for a ball. And yet, decent lead, but not going anywhere, and that's fouled back. It's 1-1. Going at the same time, it seems. Good looking slider there. That one. Yeah, that one is ripped foul and scored. Rocker checks in on him. Really hurt in the first. Foul the Itzhak Paredes, but you went the other way. This guy is a dead yank hitter. Runner going. Pitch is high. Throw to second is all. Pena out there at second. Paredes again trying to go the other way. This at bat. Pena was hit with the first pitch of the game. 3-2 pitch, and that one is nubbed down toward first. And it is fielded by Peterson, who will place the tap. Here is Jordan Alvarez. And he takes, I have a great deal of respect for him. He'll take a strike in the first innings. But just missed. The 2-1. And that's hooked foul. Well, this one is lifted straight up in the air to center field. And Carter can make the catch. Tagging at third, Pena. The throw won't be in time. And move on.
Yeah, big time threat across baseball. He is one of the better hit thing.
1-0 to Walker, and that one 2-0. And that one right down. The numbers much better even at home. That one is low for a Ranger in that portion of their career. That's high, and he walks. In that one. 0-2 the count. Part of it has been something unusual about baseball that way. There's a against Tatsuya.
As an offense, you think you're going to go out there, you're going to put it, and it doesn't work out how it's supposed to. So let's go have good at bats and get this thing started off right.
And in the Nippon Professional Baseball Organization, there's a strike. Would have been a good challenge. Here's the 3-1, and that's ball 4. And he walks the first batter. There's a strike. Throw too many strikes, you might be content to watch a few. That's low. It's 3-1, and that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. As Nemo watches ball 1. So, and the 3 lefties so far have used that to their advantage. 2-0. That's the guy who could hurt him. And he takes a 2-1. There's a strike. And that wasn't. Paul Clemens, our umpire. This one grounded second base. They'll get the out at second, and they'll turn to for Zeke, and he'll take outside. Balls and strikes. So it is one of those where the occasional challenge. Imai behind again in his 2-0 pitch. That's off the plate. Here's a 3-0, and that's a strike. The pitch of the inning. And Duran takes another strike. The pitch to Duran, and that bounces up there. So he'll head to first.
As tough of an at bat for a guy that's not around.
One strike pitch. Whoa. Rangers with a lot of traffic this inning. And a toss over there to first base.
Got a few extra steps.
There's a high fly ball. Out to center field. Myers is there.
In a rehabilitation assignment. Now, if you've been following along, you know that
Injury. Like even Skip was saying, was it today or yesterday?
But that is good news. Cam Smith bounces one to Hellman at short. He fouls off strike 1. In Houston a little over a week ago. That's fouled off. Adding to the workload for Kumar Rocker. And a swing and a miss. Allen. And he takes right down the middle for Allen. Astros really played well. They've lost don't know, it was like 10 of their last 12.
Pitching has been the question. They can get these guys.
Great start, but they're only 4.5 back of the Athletics. Is significantly here on 2 pitches, and Foscue is being called up. The 2-1 pitch that challenges the 2-2. It's a full count. 3-2 pitch, and that one's up the middle, but right behind the bag is Nick Allen, and Andrews swings right through. This one hit up the middle again, right to Nick Allen. Almost a carbon. And today was 0 for 3. And there's his strike. Today behind the plate. 1 and 2. That one misses 2 in there. 2-2 on the way. Way inside. They wanted it up to 3-2. And that is popped up. Back of first. Walker drifting out there. And he makes a catch.
Guys and serve all of our Gold Star families. Their name continues to be spoken. Their story continues to be told. And we live so that.
Something like being with somebody else who just really gets it.
Ballpark all came together today, but what are the different ways?
Every event that we do, if you meet a Gold Star family or a veteran, sacrifice that not only that service member made for this country, but the family made for this country as well.
To talk about the sacrifices that were made, and for a lot of families, that's a very sad reminder. And I think it's also.
And it is accident. This was back in the 60s. It's still, she's my mom. She's in her mid-80s. And I thought that was really neat, the tribute to the Gold Star families today. 3-1 to Paredes. And he pops that one up. Carter. He's hardly thrown a strike. And he runs that one way in on Hellman. Hellman rolls over on one to shortstop. Payne was pretty sure-handed that. Nemai's first offering, and that one is Mart is 4 walks in a game. He almost did that in the first. There's a
Stuff across the league of so many different guys.
Second look at him. Well, there's a 4-seamer, but well, that's when you should be attacking. And here's a hard hit, grounder, diving stop. Pena, he hops up, and that throws in. So Osuna, he'll take. And it's pop foul. Owen
Guy will find at least some type of groove.
He's ahead 1-2. And he strikes out Osuna. Well, Yordan Alvarez hits that ball hard out toward the bullpen and right, and it is. Well, first hit.
But just different vantage points and angles throughout this.
Impressive. So we had the sac fly and the down Yordan Alvarez. That's what you have to worry about. Now Walker's picked.
Right, and he's not in his peak years, but hits lefties. He's a good hitter. You know, who do you like better between peak Judge and peak Albert to do that? But Pujols hit.
But Pujols was different. There's a bouncer to shortstop. Hellman has a little time. Throws out.
You know, you're talking lefties, righties. You're talking hitter. I would not be comfortable in the box against Aroldis Chapman. And the one that I think Aroldis threw him a fastball away.
First pitch now to Cam Smith. And run this inning. That looked pretty good, but here's the 1-1. And it's fouled away. 1-2 pitch. And that's in the dirt. Just to work his way back. The 2-2. That looked good. Strike 3. So we welcome you back in to Globe Life Field. Bottom of the. Nemai has kind of gotten away with a little bit here tonight. 1-2 out of that half inning. 1-2. And it's fouled away. That's very high. 2-2. In Japan, a 3-time All-Star. He falls to. Here's the payoff. And a foul ball. comes. It's fouled away. The 3-2. And another foul.
To left field.
A lot of room down that line. 10th pitch of the at-bat fouled off again.
Movement, considering the average slider in Major League Baseball.
Payoff, and that's inside.
Not an 11 pitch walk.
I'm going to go ahead. Rand pops that one back behind the plate. Did I make that one today? Emi's 1-1. And that is up the middle. Could be two. And here comes Carter. And he takes a strike. Watching. And the prop kind of unusual. 1-2. And that's low and in.
The shadows started to wear off. It's like he just kept going off of the momentum of that confidence that he had built up. The swings and misses.
2-2. And that's down
With inflated numbers.
Carter goes after another one and pops it up left side, hanging up there, might be playable. Paredes makes the catch. So Allen and Vasquez as Rocker goes to work and has 4 strikeouts. And it's kind of an interesting number. Reaches base. In other words, they're not very by that. 3-1.
Third game.
Runner gone, and this one's fouled off by.
A good amount of those times have been in the first.
Bouncer by first into short right field.
The runner in motion with the 2-run lead and try to go first to third. They do it anyway.
Vasquez lays down the bunt, the flip to the plate. Oh, and they're going to say this. Suddenly, here is Pena. Take down in the dirt. And the 1-0. Pena hits it on the ground, and that one is through for a base hit. Allen to third, they'll wave him in. Vasquez lumbering to third base will stop there. Now the base hit by Pena. Flied out tonight. And that one is in there. He does not hit with much authority the other way. 1-2 pitch. That's what's so
center field, and center field would be right field.
In a 4-game series, by the way, against this Houston team. Boy, that ball just fouled. In the dirt. Paredes. And he bounces at third base. Duran up with it. He'll come to the plate. And they have Vasquez on with the fielder's choice. Here's Alvarez. And he'll watch one right on the inside. If you're Houston, you want him. You want Alvarez. And this one's bounced down to first base. Sliding stop by Peterson. He goes to second. Grounded out. That bounces up there and kept close enough. Rocker's 1-1, and that's fouled straight down. Two-two, and check swing foul. To win, he strikes out
Wednesday, and you know the Rangers would love to have him.
Schumacher has talked about in the last few days.
2-strike pitch here, and Foscue. This ball's in the air. Deep out to left center. Myers racing back to it. And he takes up.
Just got a bad read.
Differently, the 2-0. That's downstairs, but hitters?
7-9.
7, something like that. There's a no-hitter. The 3-2. There's a swing and a miss. And so here's Jansen, and he takes inside. You know, do something with that. They did not. Now, since tonight, Jansen fouls that back inning. And he hits that ball hard out to left field. Vicenzo is back. So too is Myers. He'll try. Or present. So we encourage you to 4 VIP tickets. To encourage you to take part if you can. There's a ground ball. Shortstop. Another good play. Well, his first pitch in there for his Check swing, and that little roller will stay fair. Gray has it, misses the. So strike pitch, runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second is high, and that's a stolen lay. And DeCenzo hits that one on the ground foul. That one is
It's like you know, you get hesitant to want to put a guy on a big league roster.
Smith is at second base. Now the 0-2 to Allen. A swing and a miss. 4-0 Houston. 28-year-old from Japan.
This is his first major league outing to complete 6 innings. Well, on the bottom of the 6th.
Hellman rolls one up the middle. Longest outing so far in the big leagues, 5 2/3 inning. Now I feel like he feels like, well, I could probably throw left-handed.
Right.
Bouncer down the first baseline, foul. That's head here, 1-2. And Peterson pop. Here's the 1-2 and another foul ball. 1-2. And that is foul. Down his last time up. And here it comes. Popped up. Left side of the infield. And Paredes. Walk and a strikeout. One strike pitch. Well, I mentioned earlier. Hard ground ball to third. Paredes was right on top of it, though. And Peyton Gray's first pitch, that one is shot up the middle for a base hit, and Vasquez is a leadoff hitter. Gray misses off the.
Foscue playing just behind second base. The Rangers are runner on first, use that hole, and now the hole is even bigger.
He's allowed all 4 runs, only 4 hits, a couple of walks, 5 strikeouts. 2-2. Some offense. 2-2. Uh-oh. And he'll take pop up on the infield fly rule in effect. Hellman will catch it anyway, and there's the first hit. Gray's first pitch, and Alvarez lifts it down that third base line. That will be an out. He's 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. And he's now in his 2nd year. Two and 1. Gray's 2-1 pitch, and that'll even things up. There's a swing, and that ball into the alley, left center field. Osuna racing back, and that Walker homers. You are right, as Myers hits one on the hole shortstop, and Hellman bobbled. Dribbler along the first baseline his last time up. Hits this one on the ground shortstop. Hellman bobbles again. Has to hustle to throw. And I was almost surprised he wasn't in the lineup. Opportunity to take advantage and add to this lead. Gray can get one more out, and that one is blasted into left field, a base hit. They would throw up the stop sign. So now, a swing and a drive by Allen into short left. That drops in for a hit. 2-run score. And those errors.
And the chance to get better. What a day.
For 2nd inning. And this one has gotten away from him. Fly ball left field. Osuna comes in to make the catch and the inning. Okay, Nimmo, Duran, and Carter. And that one is up and in. Well, what a remarkably weird pitching performance. That 5. Here's a strike. 3-1. And that's inside. The Rangers were no hit into the 8th inning of that one. And that was picked off first. Okert make up another one. Duran fouls that back. Okert right back at him again. A swing and a miss. The first pitch on the way. Berger takes a strike.
At the same time, in some momentum going into tomorrow.
Yetters forcing the hand here. Okert's 1-2. It's tight. 2-2 pitch. And that's in the air. Not gonna travel. It was a 2-0 Houston win. And this time Foscue pops it up left side of the infield. And Pena makes the play. And Zach Cole batting here for nothing Houston. And that's one thing. Score certainly dealing with Cole ahead 0-2 and gets a comeback. Reaches down to snare that one and throws. Shutout innings. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. And that one is lined down the left field line. That's a base hit for Shoemake. He'll turn and go to second. A 1-out double. Nice fly. Yeah, Martin.
Thing of the past, because starting pitchers more likely to go 5 innings. There's been 456 quality starts. Let's see, 1,370. It's about the same, 1,871. So maybe a number that.
3-2 pitch. And he misses with balls. He walked 3 batters.
Wow.
There's a soft hopper out to second base.
One like Yordan Alvarez.
Right, which was, you know, borderline intentional. Here's a fly ball out to right field. Peterson with a long run. He gets a limber.
Is that he's got an above average fastball, maybe a you can bring some velocity, but that's a good
ground out and a strikeout. So we got a guy 23 years old make 2-2 on the way, and there's a weak roller left side of the infield. Shoemake's throws in plenty of time.
Book on. You're going to go up there as a pitcher. You don't really, most of them have not. You're stepping in the box against him.
The guy's making his big league debut against you as a starter. Some bruises later, but that first time out, who knows what he's got. There's a bouncer third base again. And a good throw. And or to that one,
we were in Detroit facing Justin Verlander.
1-1, and that is just off the plate. 2-1.
You know, as an offense, you go out there and you play with pride. And you know you want to
museum as Sam Haggerty comes into, but he's just done it again, and that more like an eephus really. Oh, it's a slow pitch softball game. Chopper shortstop, quick feed to second one, and that's all they'll get. Oh boy, and that's why you've got the position player in there pitch.
And you're peppering the strike zone.
Comebacker, he'll go to second. They'll get the one out there. Another shot at the double play, and they've got 3 outs with which to work. Jock Peterson, the hitter, and he takes strike 1. That's off the plate, especially back in their days in the National League. That's fouled back. Won in 19th of 21, and it was Corey Kluber. Peterson, soft flare out behind second, and that's
that we saw, especially in Anaheim. I mean,
that's who the Rangers have this inning. Broken bat, 1 hopper to third, and Osuna retires. He'll take high and outside. Kind of a crazy way to start your career. That's fouled away. 1-1 pitch, and Brandon shoots it foul. Strike 2. Here it is.